Summer in Montreal. You know how busy it is. The city full of tourists, the city full of events, cultural and otherwise. And we're very pleased to have joining us for our City Hall segment on the Elias Macco Show today, Ericka Alneus, Executive Committee Member for Culture. Welcome to CJD.
Thank you very much.
Let's start off by talking about the noise bylaw adjustments that the Plateau, Montreal borough proposing. We've been hearing in recent months that show bars in particular, venues in the Plateau that feature music often, were having trouble staying in business because of noise complaints that really made it impossible for them to continue staging shows. What is the Plateau proposing that would change things in favor of these bars?
So the bylaw that we did present adjusts certain things. We have to remember that this bylaw dated from the 1970s. We know that the city did change since then. So what we're doing with that bylaw is that we're using spectral emergence, that is a data that we can use to measure the noise. And with that, we're allowing concert venues to make a little bit more noise during a certain period of time, from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m., and another type of noise from 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. So the beauty with this is that the bylaw is clearer. And second, we can identify what are the issues with noise. If there's some, we can isolate them and help the venues to make sure that they can tackle issues linked to noise. So that's one of the things that we wanted to make sure is to make a bylaw that is that really brings collaboration and cohabitation, because we want to make sure that our venues can do some shows. This is part of our identity as a city, but also respect the fact that there's some neighbors that want some quiet times also. So that's the thing with the bylaw. It's clearer. We can identify what are the issues, and we can help the venues with those issues.
And consultations coming up when? This summer, correct?
Exactly. We will consult the venues of the borough and also the population. The date is June the 18th for the public for the population.
Is it likely that the bylaw would be put in place before the break for the municipal election?
We're aiming for an adoption in September.
Okay, so it would be. Let's take a look at, first of all, in the Anglophone community, the return to some degree of Just for Laughs. Is there optimism within the city of Montreal that this big comedy festival is finding new legs?
Yeah, we're hoping so, and we're happy that the group that took it, Comedia, that now did change its name for Just for Laugh, decided to continue this great event, an important event that is world internationally. So I think we should be optimistic about that. We know that people are enjoying this festival, and it's also an important platform for Montreal in terms of humor. We have many people coming from all over the world for this event, so I'm optimistic. Really.
It's also great PR for Montreal because all kinds of talent scouts come here to take in the shows, to look for up-and-comers, to scout for people who would be suitable for TV specials and so on. It's almost like an industry event as much as it is a public event for people who enjoy comedy, in my view.
Definitely. That's the beauty in many different disciplines in Montreal. Yes, there's the public aspect of accessibility to culture, but there's many industries, many disciplines that can gather together and really develop their area. So it is well known that Montreal is one of the capitals of humor. So I think this is amazing that the festival is back.
Grand Prix weekend. There were problems last year. First of all, the rain didn't help. Mother Nature didn't cooperate last year. There were claims about, the facility on the island, it was leaky. There's not enough signage. There was all kinds of confusion because of a lack of communication. How has the city, what changes have the city made?
We're collaborating with la Société du Parc Jean Drapeau that is in charge of all the signals and stuff on the site. And we're really determined to make sure that this year's everybody can enjoy their Grand Prix. I think we learned some lesson and we really did focus on what wasn't working to make sure that things will go smoothly. I don't have the button on Mother Nature's temperature, but at least for organization, it is important for us that people can enjoy the Grand Prix. So everything has been worked on the best that we could to have a great Grand Prix this year.
Will there be any inspections with tape measures of the terraces on Peel Street or anywhere else this summer?
Usually, from what I know, once or twice a year, there's always a verification. Is it going to be during Grand Prix? I can go further than that. It is important to make sure that everybody's safe because we have to think about the fact that there's a lot of people in the city during that period. And if an accident happened, it could be really, really dangerous for many people. So I can't confirm that, but I know that we're really working hard, really well with all the firefighters, the police, and all the venues and restaurants around downtown to make sure that everything goes smoothly. And I have to admit that during the last year, we really had great communication with the stores, the terrace that were downtown to make sure that we had better communication to not have such event that did happen last year.
There's a British expression about having a quiet word with someone, and I feel that's what you're getting at. Is we've had a quiet word with the restaurant owners, with the fire department, with the inspector, with everyone involved. We've had a quiet word to make sure things go smoothly. Or it could just be me reading into the situation.
And sometimes things, there's a lot of stuff that can be done not being known through the media. And that was the thing that we did. After the event that happened last year, we were really thorough to meet all the shareholders and to make sure, hey guys, the stakeholders, to say, hey, what can we do wrong? And really get the communication better. That's the key in this.
Grand Prix weekend, the maintenance workers strike, the threatened transit maintenance workers strike is going to be basically suspended. No transit disruptions the 13th through the 15th for Grand Prix weekend. Was that a demand of the city of Montreal? How did you convince the union to go for that?
I think that the impact for the city would have been tremendous if we couldn't have those dates open for public transportation. And there's a question also of, yes, how people can move within the city, but also a question of security, knowing that there's a lot more people. So we're happy that this will happen. And at the same time, I really want to point out to people that, yes, there's a strike coming with the bus and the metro. There's still Bixi that you can use. If it is possible for you to work at home, I would invite you to do it. But I think we're going to get through it, and we'll hope that this strike will resume quickly.
Thank you very much for the interview, Ericka Alneus. Glad that you could join us. Executive Committee Member for Culture with the City of Montreal.